Hello, this is KCR from Team SD, and today is a special. We have a video with comments, and we're going to let you see a bit of what we have ready for version 0.3. So this is our temporarily remodeled intro. Anything that you see here is very static at the moment, but we plan to make it more dynamic with layers, you know, like in this one where the guy in the bed is in one layer, people in the back in another layer, and you know, add a bit of animation. Like in this part we could actually have them fighting instead of looking like fighting, and in this part we could have a scrolling background, a parallaxing background like we use in the levels. This is very temporary, as you can see. And so this is our intro. Nothing too flashy at the moment, but pretty good, I guess, compared to when we didn't have an intro in version 0.1. We'd get straight into the game and you had nothing to do. And today we'll see lots of things to do. In fact, we have started with quests recently, the inventory system, and a lot of good news. So here I present you Shinobi Densetsu. Right now I'm looking for my joypad, yes, because playing with the keyboard is a bit difficult. We didn't manage yet to ask the author of the engine to make configurable buttons, but I think it's on its way. We all need a little patience. So we're going to start. Here is our initial menu. As you can see, it's very basic at the moment. We have a link to start story mode, another one to start the tutorial, and here is perhaps one of the most important elements that we will introduce in next versions, which is time. Time here can be measured in 6 different ways. Like this, you have 1 game minute for 10 real seconds. So minus means it will go slower, as in plus it will go faster up to this rate, 1 game minute being 1 real second. But there are 2 more. We have real time, in which 1 second is really 1 second. And we have real time synced, where the game will sync to your computer's clock. Right now it's 22:32 in my computer's clock, so we'll see. As you can see, it's night time. Okay, so you have these bouncing apples just for fun. They are part of our inventory system, and this old lady keeps disapproving me for some reason. I don't know, I'm not doing anything wrong. So this is our menu. On the top you can see we have the clock. As I said, it was 22:32. Right now it's 22:33. The clock is right, and the environment adjusts to that. So you can see the background is darkened, even the foreground is darkened a little bit, and we have these little lamps that start up at 1900, if I'm correct. So let's see a bit of our town, which we have been building actively. Okay, I don't know if you can listen, but there are environment sounds. This is a speaker that we forgot to make invisible for some reason. This here will be a new house, which we are not yet building, but it's planned. And you can see there are a lot of NPCs around town, mostly because they are randomly spawned every time you load the levels. Yep, in fact those are the how can we call them, the filler NPCs, the ones that do not do anything important. So let's enter here. This is Michio's house, our hero, the one we are playing with. It's still under construction, but it's fairly visible. Okay, then we have some gaps in the grass. You can see here there is a table with food with a neat marker. So Yes, you can eat, you can sleep. Okay, so one bug. No, it's not a bug. Okay, so let's go. We're going upstairs and see more of the rooms. This lady here is, in case you're wondering, it's his wife, so it's right to sleep here. Okay, so we have two overlapping objects, which is bad. One thing to correct later. Okay, and we have another bug here, so the clock went forward without it being necessary, because we're playing in real-time sync. Okay, the stairs look to be working too, and we have another room up here. Yes, they have one more family member, which we'll see in time. You can also see that the house is pretty much decorated. This took a while, but was one of those things that was worth building, and we're still not done. Okay, so we're going to visit someone else, and we're going to the dojo. So here in the dojo, as one would expect, there would be a master, but the master seems like he's not home right now. But we're going to summon the master with a little magic. Oh, in case you're wondering, yes, loop objects, they deactivate and activate the floor, so you can actually go up and downstairs. So you're seeing a little bit behind the scenes here. This is our level editor, which is built in the engine. We did not do the engine, in case you're also wondering. So here we are looking for our master. Okay, here he is. We're going to place him right here. Just let me reload the level. Okay, so he was supposed to be here, and it's raining. Yes. Ah, good. Okay, so I see that the code which removes the master at a certain hour is working properly. Which is a shame, because I wanted to show you the master. Oh, I just picked up some items that were hidden in there. So I'm going to show you the inventory. It's divided in 3 sections. We have weapons for ninja types. The ninja types can shoot these 4 kinds of projectiles, which I'm going to show you later. We have armor, which is not yet implemented, and we have items which have various uses. In this case I have grapes, which are good. We're not going to use them right now. So here's a little bit more of our menu. I have nobody to switch to, I have no team to give orders to, so I'm just going to skip to the status screen, which shows what your character really is at the moment. So we have class and type. Classes and types will be very important in the future, because they will define what characters are and what characters do. In this case we have Michio's class is a ninja, so he can do a lot of tricks that ninjas do. I'm not going to reveal some of them right now. We have type, which is jumper, which is very true. Michio is a jumper, and his jumping ability allows him to jump twice, which seems to be a very common thing that you would expect in platformers nowadays. So we gave it to the main character just for the sake of fun, and also to mess a little bit with the game's mechanics, because each character will have a unique ability that will allow him or her or it to do and reach places that other characters can't go. So a little bit more at the status. You can see that his second jump maximum is 64. This means he can jump 64 pixels in his second jump, and this value increases as he levels up. So for level 100 you would jump probably 640 pixels. You're not probably going to reach that level, but you have an idea. Then next we have his weapon, which is a ninja toe. Primary weapons cannot be switched unless there is a certain character that can do so. We have his power, which is 6. He powers up as he levels up and collects some special items. And he has 1 point of bonus damage. Bonus damage also increases with some special items. His health, his mana, HP, MP, his experience, his level, and what's left to his next level. We have money in the bottom and the clock on top. So the journal is not yet implemented. This will be the quest log, where all quests that are active and have been discovered or triggered will appear, showing their status, if they are complete, if they are running, if you have failed them, anything. So and we have some options which were not built into the engine, but we figured how to replace them. We have sound options, which I'll show you first. They are pretty much this. They decrease and increase the volume of sounds. And we have graphics options for older computers, where you can limit the number of particles and particle effects, the number of after images that your character lets go when it's doing a special ability, and the transparency options. Right now we use alpha transparency or translucent, and we have a dithered alternative for older computers, which is pretty much the same effect Sega Genesis would do to simulate something transparent. I'm going to show you a little bit of water with this effect. As you can see, the water is all dithered. The transparency is sort of an illusion, in fact. So I'm going to switch it back to normal because my computer can handle that. Okay, so return to game and quit. Pretty much our menu. So we're going to head straight into the action and do some damage. I'm going to show you a little bit of physics and fighting. Yes, fighting is a big part of the game, probably not the most important one. The most important one, as you will see in time, are physics, because this game is built on a Sonic-like 360-degree engine, in which angles are determined for ground blocks. As you can see, this is a very hard to climb slope if you start from right here. But if you get some momentum, most slopes will be very easy to climb. In fact, let me show you something. This part was made to play with physics. Oh, here's a rat. I'm not shooting anything because I have the wrong weapon. Oh gosh, let me kill this guy. Okay, never mind the cake. The cake is a leftover from the legacy items. It does absolutely nothing. So these bamboos seem to be barring my way. No, they are not. This is one thing to be aware in this game. It's very easy to miss something that can be broken, leading you to another path in the level. So here's a bit of the Sonic physics. Yes, and lately we have been investing much time and effort in making all the characters as expressive as possible. Remember, we are building this on low resolution, and we aren't properly rich in human resources. We are a very small team which, as I see it, has achieved very good results. So here's the critical hit and here's the hit counter, pretty much like you would expect in a fighting game adapted to this kind of fighting. we're going to do a little visit to the stone mines, which is a place I really like, because the stone mines has something that the other levels don't. Minecarts. Guess what a minecart does when it hits an enemy. Okay, so I got killed. Ninja types are pretty tough right now. It's easy to kill animals and beasts, but when it comes to ninjas, they can kick your ass sometimes. So I'm calling all the shots here by deflecting them. These green ninjas, the only thing they do is punch you and walk around, while the blue ninjas actually shoot shuriken. And there are more types of ninjas, which I am going to try and find. It is pointless to describe them right now before you can see them. Okay, so this one has tried to punch me. Here's some money. Money will also play a part when we introduce shops. Okay, so this area is under construction, but I have placed some red ninjas here just for fun, and they are pretty much aligned in a stairway fashion, and you can see they are very aggressive on proximity, and they also are very strong and do a lot of damage. What's the worst about them is that they can also deflect your shots, pretty much like you do to the shots of the blue ninjas. So engaging a fight with these guys is having a death wish, really. I can hit them. Really, I can. So I guess I'm just going to try and escape. Okay, I couldn't escape. These guys are very hard, especially at very low levels like I am right now. If I look at my status, I am at level 3. These guys can be challenging over level 10 and up. So I guess I will just run them over with my cart, and I will be on my way. Okay, so we have a little tennis game here. Oh, I leveled up! Yes! Some breakable stones. Okay, one thing we all should be very careful about are red ninjas. But the other thing are black ninjas, because if you leave them alone for a while, they'll go invisible. And when you come near them, they will hit you. That flying kick, sort of in a Street Fighter way. Fortunately, they are not very strong, or they would kill you even at very high levels. We have tested this in various ways. Okay, so I'm going to die here if I... Okay, so I broke that block and I died. This is really the hardest path to get to the bottom. There is a quicker path, but I am not going to show it because it is a little secret. And we all intend that you find these little secrets in the game, because there are tons of them, literally. One that I'm going to show you right now is, as soon as I kill this guy, okay, so he's dead. And again, the black ninja strikes. They are excellent guards because they are invisible. Okay, so here it seemed like you can pass, but you can't. This is another secret that you will figure out later in the game. It's like in this game you really have to think like a ninja, because not all is as it seems. There are lots of hidden things, hidden enemies. Anything can be just an inch away from you and you don't even notice. Okay, so I am very close to the end of this part. There are various other paths which I am not going to show right now, which you can choose any way to come to this point, really. So I'm tired of using only one weapon and being very weak, so we the developers have instant level ups, and we have also this add weapons. Add weapons does exactly what it says. It adds lots and lots of ammo to shoot, and my favorite are bombs, because bombs have various ways to be used. You can, for example, throw them in the air and just let them be, or you can, okay, right now I can't, but they stick to destructible walls, so it's a very good way to test if a wall is destructible, because if it's not, the bomb will blow, simply. We have a switch right there, which we can't reach, not right now, and that switch leads to this door, and there is a checkpoint here, so you must be wondering, this leads to something important. Okay, so I kinda lost my way back, so I'm going to retrace my steps back to the surface, if I can, of course, which seems like I can't. Okay, I fear that this might be the way. Okay, so I'm on the right track. Fortunately, this character has a double jump. If he didn't, it would be pretty hard to play the first set of levels, because more characters will appear as you play the game, and those characters may be added to the team or may play with their own team. We can't reveal too much right now because we haven't done it yet, but it's on its way. Okay, so here we are back to the woods, doing our steps back into another area. This is a full playthrough of what we have so far, so expect it to be a bit longer. We wanted to show you what we have so far without revealing too much. So right now I am going to the bamboo woods. You can see there are these new signs pointing all the possible ways to an exit, not exactly the exit. Okay, so frogs can be mean at low levels because they will always follow you, but they will only shoot their fireballs, or whatever you want to call it, in case you attack them. And if you attack one, it will become your enemy and continue to attack you. So here's a little bit of underwater action, some fishes, and a door that leads to nowhere right now. Oh, I just gave you a free secret. Okay, let's keep going into the bamboo woods. No, there was no secret. What are you talking about? No. Okay, so bamboo woods, some cobwebs. And this means there are spiders coming. really big, mean, hairy spiders. Here's a little bit more of underwater action with frogs. We really like to call those animals frogs because it was funny at the beginning when we didn't have many graphics. The best thing I could come up with was something that looked like a frog but had a fin on its back, so we ended up calling it the fin frog, and the name stuck. So they are frogs for anything and everything. Okay, this guy punched me twice. He's a real big, mean... Okay. So, physics, as I was telling you earlier, can make you really angry about the way you are playing, because they require some patience and some time to get to. As you may have noticed, there is a ramp covered by the dirt. So I want to go up here, but I need the power of physics, and the power of physics is not helping me much right now because my jumps are all wrong. You see, I just went downhill like a flash. I knew that he was coming, but he got me. Okay, that's not good. So I'm going to do a speedrun type of gameplay, which is indeed very easy to do with this engine. This is my stealth mode. My stealth mode is jump over their heads. Okay, so we have one of these mean guys. Oh, I got him. Every enemy has this. You can only hit him after a few milliseconds or tenths of seconds, if you may. So if you get the timing right, you can keep spamming damage on them. And I'm tired of this rat, so... Oh, damn it. You see? Okay, I got one right. I don't know why, but my joypad's failing on me, so I couldn't do exactly what I wanted. But I can try a bit with these guys. Okay, I got it right. You see, once you master these sword bombing techniques, alright, I got him. So, swords and bombs are very powerful allies. If you drop a bomb, you can blow it up with your sword. Your own bombs do not hurt you, which may not be realistic, but heck, a ninja that does double jumps on giant bamboos with giant rats which hail bones at you, that's realistic, man. And deflecting shurikens with a sword, and ninjas that go invisible, man, that's realistic, you bet. Okay, well, that's all. We're going back. I'm tired of dying here. And here we go. Back. Enemies are something that You can run away from them, that's for sure, but once you engage in a fight and are determined, it's very likely that they will stand a fight against you. At this moment, there are actually no enemies that run away from you either, but so I'm going to switch weapons. Oh, switch. I got the word. So inventory, weapons, and we're going to shoot some explosive kunai. Those of you who watch Naruto may recognize this. It's basically a kunai with an explosive seal written in a paper tag, and that seal explodes. Okay, so I figure I'm not high level enough to go into the cliffs. I really have to level up a lot. So this is pretty much everything I can show you for this moment. I wanted to show you how the master influences the game, but I guess I will leave that for you to figure. So from Team SD, this is KZR out.